Oh yeah, guys, it's that time of the week to start preparing for all the newest number ones that are getting ready to come out for next week. Hey, all my webheads out there, welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0. And fans, I am your host, Mike Spider Slayer, always helping you make decisions of what comic books to buy. And today, guys, I am bringing you your must-read new number ones for 10/27/21. That's right, guys. You don't want to get left behind when it comes to the newest and hottest and greatest series that are getting ready to come out, because if you do, you never know when you could miss out on that awesome story or particular spec book. So this is the must-watch series, guys. So before we get started, if you guys want to go ahead and hit that join button right there on my home screen, it does help support the channel and it gives you, the viewers, some extra perks. So thank you for that. And also, I just wanted to give you my favorite new number one from last week. And guys, that actually went to Darkhold, Iron Man issue 1. Yeah, I think that's what it was. This book actually surprised me where I didn't expect anything from it. And you got this Frankenstein Tony Stark that was developed in this particular issue. It definitely fit the tone for Halloween, and I definitely recommend that one. So with that being said, let's go ahead, let's get started with comic books that are getting ready to come out on 10/27/21. Okay guys, this is a huge week like I said, and the first book we're going to be talking about that's being released for October 27th is House of Slaughter issue 1. This is a $4 price point. Obviously, this is a spin-off book off of Something is Killing the Children. We're going to learn about the inner workings of the House of Slaughter. We're going to learn about Aaron. There's all kinds of things that are going to be going on in this book, and I am totally excited about it. Pick up your copy today, guys. Of course, if you've been following the series, you're not going to be disappointed. And I think if you're new to the series and you never read Something is Killing the Children before, I think you should still pick it up anyway. This is some good stuff here. All right, the next one we're going to be talking about is Batman, The Long Halloween Special. So this is an $8 comic book, and it takes place 25 years ago. You thought you never knew the whole story of Batman, The Long Halloween. Now, legendary creators Jeb Loeb and Tim Seeley return to Gotham City to reveal that no secret remains buried forever. So it looks like this is like a sequel, unfinished business. Obviously, there's a lot of fans out there when it comes to The Long Halloween. So if you want to see how this thing continues, go ahead, pick this book up. Again, $8 comic book. All right, next is another new DC comic. This one is called Task Force Z issue 1. This is on a day, hundreds of Gotham City's most dangerous and deranged criminals were left dead after an attack on Arkham Asylum, and now they're getting a second chance at life. So it looks like this series is about a bunch of DC characters that have become zombies, and now they're instead of Task Force X, they're Task Force Z because the Z stands for zombie. And Jason Todd is leading this group. Maybe that's what this is. I know you've seen a little bit in the pages of Batman and stuff like that. I'll check this one out. I'll see what it's about. It's $4. All right, speaking of another fun book, this is DC versus Vampires issue 1. I talked about this on my top 10 most anticipated comics. This is a book about your favorite DC heroes or villains, who knows, going against vampires. However, you're not going to be sure on who is going to be, your friend or foe here. The only downfall that I see about this book is that it lasts 12 issues. And do we need 12 issues of vampire action? Maybe, but it's got to tell a damn good story to last this long, because there's some regular series that get canceled after 6 or 7 issues. So I don't know. We'll see what this maxi series has to offer. All right, the next one we have is the continuation of Darkhold Blade issue 1. So we have this Darkhold event that's going on throughout, the Marvel universe, but it's not really canon. It's kind of like what if stories and things like that. The most recent one I read was actually Darkhold Iron Man, and that was really solid story. So I guess it's going to depend on really if you enjoy these characters or not, if you're going to want to invest in this comic book. Now, there's a lot of comic books getting ready to come out this particular week. Will your wallet allow you to get this book? That is the thing. This one is $4. Check it out. All right, next is another one-shot. This one goes to Star Wars War of the Bounty Hunters, the IG-88 issue 1. Now, I have totally fallen off the War of the Bounty Hunters over this summer. For me, it was lackluster. This seems like, though, for a one-shot, this could be a lot of fun as it focuses on the IG-88 robot, the bounty hunter, the one that you saw in The Mandalorian, in the beginning of that season. And maybe you want to know more about IG-88 and his history and what he's gone through as a bounty hunter and stuff like that. I don't know. Who knows? But if you're into this character, if you're into the War of the Bounty Hunter still, you might want to check this one out. It's a $5 comic book. All right, the next one we have is another DC book, and this one goes to Aquaman Green Arrow Deep Target issue 1. So, celebrating the 80th anniversary of Aquaman and Green Arrow, these two wind up teaming up together, which I think is probably a lot of fun. I just want to see a Green Arrow series. I just want him back in his own book once again. And why can't we get that from DC Comics? That's what I'm screaming at right now. I don't need a team up. I don't need him part of the Justice League. I want him, right? Not Aquaman. So if you're into Aquaman and Green Arrow teaming up together, check it out. This could be a lot of fun, guys. All right, next we have Batman Fortnite one-shot issue 1. This is $5 comic book directly from the best-selling, groundbreaking Batman Fortnite 0-point mini-series. Comes an oversized one-shot that brings you the action from the island to Gotham City. So if you thought that the Batman Fortnite saga was over with, well, guys, you are wrong, because now we got this one-shot. And if you loved it before, well, let's pick this one up. It's $5. All right, now we have Cross to Bear issue 1. This one is from Aftershocks Comics. This is a $5 comic book. It says Jack the Ripper was never caught because no one was looking for him in the Wild West. No one except the Order. An organization was made up of descendants of crusaders sworn to eradicate the unnatural. Okay, sounds okay, I guess. I don't know if I'll pick this one up. However, lately when it comes to some of these independent books, they have been spectacular, especially from like Boom and Aftershock and Vault. So these are some of the, small publishers that you definitely are going to want to check out, guys. Next on the list, we have another one from Aftershock. This is called After Dark issue 1. Sounds like some kind of sex movie or something. It says Tales from the Crypt meets the Twilight Zone, 4 days of horror, lost souls, and things that go bump in the night, and prestige format one-shot featuring top creative talent just in time for the most horrific event. So there you go, another Halloween-themed book, and we get a lot of these this month. As you can see, that's been the trend, okay? All right, so next we have from Dark Horse, we have Hellboy, the Silver Lantern Club issue 1. So I know there's a lot of Hellboy fans out there, so whenever a Hellboy comic book comes out, you might want to check this one out. This is no price point on this one, so maybe it's free. I don't know. In the debut issue, Hellboy learns about the mysteries of an exorcism gone wrong, and more when his occult investigator relative reveals secretive and perilous adventure of one of the Hellboy universe. When it comes to Hellboys, guys, I am totally like have no clue what the story is about. I never watched the movies, I never read any of the comic books, and even if I did, I wouldn't even know where to begin. So if there is a Hellboy series that you could recommend to me that I would understand the character, let me know in the comment section below, guys. All right. Here's another book that's been delayed a couple of weeks, and this is from Image Comics. This is Hellcop. You're going to see some of these being repeated each week on your number ones must-have, because obviously with this paper shortage that's going on and delays that's going on, some of these comics are being held up. So with Hellcop, it says, "Welcome to Hell. When mankind first broke through the walls between dimensions, nothing could have prepared them for what they would have known in reality." Okay, so again, is this something that I might pick up? Maybe. It's Image. Their books tend to be really solid. $4. Next, we have from Valiant Comics. We have a new Harbinger. This is issue 1. Peter is the most powerful telepath on the planet and the sole being capable of activating powers in others like him. The Harbinger will trace Peter's path from the most feared man in the world. I will not pick this up. I have not picked up a Valiant comic book since Exo Man of War, the most recent series. I thought it was good, but when COVID came around, it got super delayed and I just completely lost interest. It's unfortunate. I just can't seem to get into Valiant Comics. All right, the next one we have is from Scout. This is Providence of Secrets, issue 1. Set in LA, a brutal Merle throws up some increasingly strange leads and pushes a detective down a path to something that is far from his usual work. Okay, I mean, that could be kind of interesting. Again, Scout, another one of those publishers that kind of comes up with some great books now and then. They're under the radar, and this is why this series exists. Guys, this is $4. All right, so instead of Black Widow, we have Blood Widow issue 1. This is from the Absolute Comics group. It says, "From the pages of White Widow, Blood Widow has come back from the grave in Tokyo, but she's no longer under any programming and she can't remember who she is, so she must discover her past." So it sounds a lot like Black Widow, right? I mean, however, when you look at these Absolute Comics covers, they are absolutely gorgeous, and the artwork in these books are actually really, really good as well. Haven't read too many of them. I read a few of the White Widow's books, and there was another series that I read too that wasn't bad. But again, you're probably going to have to get this special ordered through your comic shop if you want this, because not everyone is going to carry this one. So this one is $5. Next, we have from Red 5, Merlin and Hector issue 1. Before King Arthur became Camelot, before Excalibur there was Merlin, the swineherd, a young man, unexpected past who has never heard of magic. Merlin is looking at the life, hard work, and small comfort until blah, blah, blah. You like my horrible accent there? It was so bad. So this one's $4. I'll probably pass on this one. So next we have another book from Scout. This is North Bend issue 1. North Bend returns for the second and final arc. I honestly did not know that there was a first story arc. So if this is a second story arc, I probably won't be checking it out. But if you knew that this existed, now you know when it's coming out. All right. Next we have Victor Crowley's Hatchet Halloween Tales 3, number 1. Return to Honey Island Swamp with 3 new tales of All Hallows Eve. Blood flows and bodies rot in the swamp. A tortured spirit of Victor Crowley continues to dole out brutal, violent retribution upon that dare. That sounds pretty dark, let me tell you. So it's kind of like an anthology book, separate stories, kind of like, you know, Tales from the Crypt. Again, $4 from American Mythology. What is this book? From Antarctic Press, this is called Cat Shit 1, Volume 3, Issue 1. First time in print in English, Perky Rats and Petoskey, the members of Special Forces Unit Cat Shit 1, have left the jungles of Southeast Asia for the island tropics just off South America. Wow. I don't even know what to say about this one. $4. Hey, if you want cat shit, go ahead and buy cat shit, guys. Never knew it would be for sale. All right, next we have from Comics Experience Publishing. You gotta love these publishing companies, right? Space Corps Issue 1. When an alien species attacks Earth, high schooler Devin Taylor is swept up in the machinery of an intergalactic war and finds himself serving alongside strange recruits from across the galaxy. Well, that sounds pretty fun. Probably will never get this at my shop. I'll probably would have to special order this one. This one is $5. Next, we have from ARH Comics, Undying Queen Issue 1. Interesting cover. Not much to go on. There's no description of this book. Source Point Press. This is my unfavorite company because they never release their books on time. Winchester Mystery House Issue 1. This one is $4. Thought to be one of the most haunted places in the world, the Winchester Mystery House is much more than an architectural wonder. It's a labyrinth full of secrets. Come step inside and hear the house whispers. So it's basically a haunted house, but with a labyrinth inside. I mean, we've seen that before, but how many times do we watch these movies or read these comic books? We're always drawn to them, right? So it's pretty cool. Next, we have God Killer Spider Island Issue 1. This is from Black Mask Studios. Half Pipe and Soledad gaze into the abyss. Things get intense. Didn't say we didn't warn you. Okay. I don't know. Here's an interesting looking cover. This is Shriek Issue 1. Fantaco Enterprises. All new tales of horror and dark fantasy from 8 creators of the Macabre. Launches The Return of Lady Dracula. Okay, living in a trailer park in upstate New York, and the daughter of Dracula is haunted by somebody. I will definitely not get this comic book. It's crazy, all the horror books that you see, and this is expensive, so this gotta be. So yes, there you guys have it. There are the newest number ones getting ready to come out for 10/27/21. Of course, there's some repeats on there because of this comic book delay thing that's going on with paper shortages and printing errors and all this kinds of stuff. But you know what? Hopefully, eventually we'll get through it, and hopefully this list helped you make a decision on what new number one comic books you wanted to buy. So if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, don't forget to hit the bell. And of course, guys, if you want to check out what I picked up at the comic book shop this past week, I'll leave you that video right here. I'll leave you some other random video over here. And of course, guys, thank you so much. And as always, keep buying, keep collecting, and most importantly, keep reading those comic books. Take care, guys. Thanks for watching.